Dude, I had no idea. I had no idea you were this much of a troll. I knew you were a douche. No, like, I knew you're an asshole. But like, this is off the charts. This is like worse than a camper. Shows I like a camp for this Halo just hide and then when she said come out shoot him. I'm an ambush predator. Really? Yeah. What else is ambush predator? Anaconda. It's a big movie. Just ask Jennifer Lopez. Why? It's my grandmother's Anaconda.
Are you done? My family be like, oh, dog, are you done?
I know, and I do it well.
Oh,
you know, the thing about it is, you know, spellcraft definitely can cause these changes from happening. You know what I mean? You can get that to actually work that way. But a lot of times the curses that people are experiencing, you know, they don't realize that they just feel dragged down. And when there is somebody that's actually giving them a curse, there are people that are either incredibly skilled, or there are people that don't know what they're doing, and it goes that way. The most dangerous person in witchcraft is the person with lack of knowledge.
That stumbles into things.
Yeah.
Billy in Austin, Texas. Hey, Billy, go ahead.
Hey, guys. George, again, a wonderful show. Thank you. Sal, don't mean to call off topics, but I couldn't help myself. My father-in-law
You still like the smash.
in February 20
Oh,
before we had
front
the
of the night.
lockdown.
What do you think of it? Do you think that he was a werewolf?
In the Liberator.
And I'll take my answer off the air.
In England at Adelaide.
Really? And I'll take my answer off the air.
Really? He was in the 466.
Learn how to say. Look at this bitch. This is a dream, dog.
He was in a plane.
It was
called
all
Earthquake Lagoon.
Wow, my dad was blood and guts.
Blood and guts. Yeah, it's amazing. Not my wife, her whole life, and even to this day, after he has passed, she has not missed an 8th Air Force convention. Wow. She's gone to them for her entire life with her father up until he passed, and now she's on the board for the 466 bomber group. Amazing.
She actually bombed Baghdad. When they sing bombs over Baghdad, that's that was that lady.
They only really camaraderie with their crew members.
Yeah, they did.
Because you didn't want to get close to somebody because they might not come back.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a picture with all of them there as a group.
I wondered, that was my dad's father group.
That's bomber's fault. I have bomber
My
jets.
wife
Yeah,
was
close
there,
enough I've ever been.
him,
Are you?
after 9/11.
Dude. This one's empty.
It turns out that same thing later became auction, and they raised the number one turkey breeder in the UK, owned it and ran his business out of that castle.
Wow, that is amazing.
I'm gonna have to rate that. Yeah.
It is, sir. That's great. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Thank you, Billy. Next up, we go to Charles in Augusta, Georgia. First-time caller. Charles, welcome to the show.
Look at this.
Hi, Charles.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go for it.
Yes, I would thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
I would like to know
Charles, are you related to
how does we deal with the tendency for most
Cornelius and
people
Alexandria?
Well, you're right about it. It's a bad connotation, Sal, but that's the word has.
And are you asking why do I feel it's that way?
Yeah, we got a minute left.
Well, I believe that, you know, the word witchcraft, you know, we look at where it really
Which
comes
was
from.
all the me
It
so
derives
good. She
from
said,
wise.
whose dick is that? I said,
You
the
know, the
old
wise ones,
daddy.
the elders, people in nomadic systems where they needed to go to people for certain things, whether it be dealing with a jilted lover to making sure their crops grew the next spring, because everything's based agriculturally, right? How they live. And I think also coming up into modern time, that got construed into pop culture. And when you check it back, look at the Wizard of Oz. right? You know, it was really hard to take Glenda as a good witch, but you had to connect the witch to the green face and then the wart on the nose. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's all pop culture based.
And then watch, I may drop by your store one day when you least expect it.
You're a huge rock star to me, and I would be honored to meet you.
And those days you're there again are?
I'm here every day except for Tuesday and Sunday.
Okay, thanks, Sal. Always good talking to you. He's a great guest. For Dan Galante, Tom Danheiser, Lisa Lyon, Lex Lonehood, Sean Ladesor, Stephanie Smith, Chris Balls, Tim Banal, George Knapp.
Was that guy's name Sal?
I'm George.
He sounds like a
Somewhere
girl.
out there on Coast to Coast AM.
I've had that
We'll
issue,
see you
so
on
whatever.
Expedition. Until then,
Whatever.
be safe.
We ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
If you get a phone call, do not talk to the person.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number and put in a false claim.
Just hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud? Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it. Call the Senior Medicare Control.
To report Medicare fraud, call 855-613-7080.
How much do you think your home is worth this year? Do you think it's going to be worth the same next year? If you're thinking about borrowing on your home equity, your odds of getting borrowed on your home is probably higher
We
now
live in
than
a
it
world
will
where
be
your
next year.
kid
I
cannot
certainly
pretend
believe
to be
that.
an
Some
Indian,
experts
but a
predict
grown-up
that
man
property
can
values
pretend
might
to be a
decline
woman.
over the next few
She's
years,
suffering.
making it more challenging for borrowers to tap
She's
into their home
suffering.
equity. If you need $75,000 or more, HMS Capital can help you borrow the money you need with the equity you built. So whether you want to consolidate debt, make home improvements, whatever your situation may be, HMS Capital may have the best solution to help you. No appraisal, credit report fees to apply. I've done 2 mortgages with HMS Capital, clearly on the same. I believe they are simply the best at what they do. Call 833-255-5698, 833-255-5698. Visit hmscapital.com.
Time to waiting on St. Patty's Day.
Now your top reasons to visit Orlando.
St. Patrick's Day freebie. Get a free plush rainbow keychain March 17th.
Number 2.
Get a toasty toaster when you earn $500 on your rewards card the 20th or 21st.
And the number 1 reason.
We work hard for you. That's why LA Times readers voted us the best casino in the Southland.
Things shift if they stay the same. Things change for better or worse. Regardless of what's happening, you're going to hear it here. It's what we do.
Los Angeles, Orange County. Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
President's in SoCal.
He's
I'm
dead.
Brent Hennis in the
Why you kill
KFI
him on
24-hour
Tough
newsroom.
He's dead.
President Biden will stop by Monterey Park today, where 11 people were killed in a mass shooting back in January. He says he's here to discuss efforts to reduce gun violence in America. Financial experts are telling U.S. consumers to not panic after 2 bank failures. Chief investment strategist Michael Cirillo at Ashton Thomas Private Wealth says the latest bank failures are a far cry from the 2008 financial crisis.
Things were not rated properly. Balance sheets were not in the position they are right now. Banks today are in much stronger positions than they were 10, 12, 13 years ago.
California's Silicon Valley Bank failed on Friday, followed by the closure of New York-based Signature Bank on Sunday.
Should be a trillionaire. Tweet for real peace. Should be a trillionaire. Tweet for real peace. Tweet for real peace. Tweet for real peace.
They're searching for one more person not evacuated with the group. It's believed the group is homeless. App-based ride-sharing companies like Lyft and Uber can continue to treat their California drivers as independent contractors. The ruling upholds the Florida approved law called Proposition 22. That means drivers are not entitled to benefits like sick leave and unemployment. The state has canceled all salmon fishing from Oregon to the U.S.-Mexico border due to the drought. They say it's to protect the remaining fish population. A 3.4 earthquake hit Big Bear yesterday afternoon. No damage reported, just a lot of snow shaken off the roof. And today is Pi Day. That's my first week. If there's 2 digits in pi, 8.14, and there are deals to be had on just about anything round. Southbound weather from KFI, rain likely by mid-morning, heavy by afternoon, high reaching the mid-morning 50s. By now it's 56 in La Palma, Seal Beach has 57, 54 in Tofino, and it's 55 degrees in Hermosa Beach. We lead local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Bree Tennant.
In Grand Terrace, there's a full freeway closure. It's on the 215 north of Washington to the 10. All lanes are going to be shut down for road work until 5. And in Pomona, this is on the 10 eastbound connector to the 71 southbound. Fire proof from an earlier crash blocking that transition road. Watch for delays as you approach this area. And in Ontario, there's another full freeway closure. This is on the 10 eastbound from Vineyard to Holt Boulevard. All lanes are going to be shut down for road work until 5. KFI, the thought-provoking quotes, and now
I love those TV shows, you know, they talk about tomorrow, yeah, gonna be Sufyan, the first king of Islam.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. If you're planning on going solar or even thinking about going solar, then listen up. Time is running out to secure the best possible solar.
I watched TRUMAN. Was a good dinner TV show.
Last year, the state and your utility company got together and changed the way these solar systems get reimbursed for the power they produce. And as you can guess, it's not as good for you and me. In fact, it's about 75% less than the old system. The good news is there's a grandfathering period, and you can still permanently lock in those amazing rates. But time is running out. The deadline to have the solar documents filed is April 14th. So how do you do that? You start by calling Sunlock. Sunlock will walk you through how to lock in the current rate. Even if you're not ready to install the system, it's okay. Call Sunlock and get your documents filed. There is no time to waste to lock in the best returns on solar power that you will ever see. Start today at sunlux.com. Sunlux.com. CSLB 1008374.
Jacoby & Myers is here to help you get the justice you deserve. We specialize in serious injury cases and have been fighting for our clients since 1972. Trust Jacoby & Myers to be your guide, your advocate, and your support system. With our unmatched experience and expertise, you can rest assured that you'll get the compensation you deserve. Plus, our consultation is always free. Call Jacoby Myers today and let us help you navigate the legal process and get the justice you deserve. Jacoby & Myers, justice for you since 1972.
This woman had a baby on an airplane. We're going to list a bunch of a-holes on the plane going,
If you get played, stay in your
it's the Starbucks.
live 4 to 7 p.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. The complete crowd is exponentially larger than the advocacy crowd. It's just the advocacy crowd. They get donations, and this is their job.
That's what they do for a living. They're financed by wealthy people who've taken this on as a cause.
John and Ken,
If it's whack-a-mole, then keep whacking them.
live 1 to 4 p.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
You know when they let you rent a car when you're 25.
Accidents, quote, with assault weapons are very different things.
I mean, if you just look at the number of shooters in every
Yeah, but my fucking auto indicator, that peacock copy.
1966 has been 18.
Bill Handle, what does that tell you? Live 6 to 9 a.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. KFI, AM 640, more stimulating talk. KFI, AM 640.
This is Jacob Emrod. If you've been involved in a motorcycle accident, call 844-24-JACOB.
KFI, AM 640, more stimulating talk.
Your picture, really, how it looks, it's very psychological. Really good.
From the City of Angels near the Pacific Ocean, good morning.
Yeah, we're gonna know,
wherever you may be,
like
across
this.
the
This
nation,
is
around the world. I'm George Lord.
perfect.
This is Coast to Coast
That view.
AM. Later
Yeah.
tonight,
What about the other one?
magic and
The grass in the front looks bad.
What
Really
a
good.
weekend for banks. Bank
Oh, no,
stocks
it's not
around the
shit.
world plunged today. Even as
Look at it. It's
President
brown.
Joe Biden vowed to
It's like,
take
oh, we have so
whatever
much
action
fucking
was
money, but
needed
we have
to
brown
ensure the
grass in our
safety of
front.
the US
Like,
banking
oh, that's a
system
park.
after the
Okay.
sudden
I'm sure they have another better
Valley
picture.
Bank
It's like, you know how people are gonna look at this and you got this shit grass in front? Spray paint it if needed. Or fucking Photoshop it. I don't care, just fix it.
Ability to perform. U.S. authorities, though, took extraordinary measures to shore up confidence in the financial system after the collapse of the banks, introducing a new backup for banks that the Federal Reserve officials said was big enough to protect the entire nation's deposits. Unbelievable. And the blame game is on for who caused the Silicon Valley Bank's collapse. And the tech sector is pointing the finger at the CEO for allowing his company to go down in history as now the second biggest U.S. banking failure on record. One Silicon Valley Bank employee who requested that his name not be given was dumbfounded by how the CEO publicly acknowledged the extent of the bank's financial troubles before privately lining up some necessary financial support to ride out the storm. Scrambled to pull their money, and they did. Let's hope things calm down. Apple is building a mixed reality headset that's set to ship out this year. The company's rumor cycles. Lauren Weinstein, our expert on the internet, with us. Lauren, what is this all about? What's this headset?
Right. So when we say mixed reality headset, what we're really talking about technically is what's usually called augmented reality headset. Now, we should start with the difference between virtual reality and augmented reality. Virtual reality we've talked a lot about in the past was, for example, the Oculus, now Meta, Quest consumer headsets, for example, those create virtual games and experiences in a world that could be absolutely amazing. And as I mentioned, VR really has to be experienced to be truly understood. There's just no way to really appreciate what it means until you've actually used it. Now, augmented reality is basically when you combine virtual reality elements with the real world. So, this provides the users with both real world and virtual imagery simultaneously. That could be overlaid telemetry data or seemingly physical 3D objects sitting in your room, in your actual room, pretty much anything. In fact, the Quest headsets that consumers have now actually do have a form of augmented reality where they can do this in a limited fashion, but because of technical limitations, the real world view is in black and white, while the virtual components are full color. The next generation consumer devices are expected to likely be completely color capable. Now, the big question is, where is the actual market for these technologies? Virtual reality is not really probably partly because wearing headsets could be a real drag, even as they get lighter. And it's not clear what the big consumer applications are, even when you consider gaming, for either virtual or augmented reality. Now, it's very different. This may be where Apple plans to concentrate with their augmented reality headsets. Because when you're looking at industrial and medical and law enforcement and other non-consumer areas, there's certainly many more possibilities in these categories where the ability to combine virtual data, virtual objects with the real world environment are and will be very, very useful. But for mass consumer use, it also seems a much tougher sell. And I think that's why Apple's reportedly really aggressive move to get AR headsets into mass production is being at least questioned by many observers. There's a feeling in some quarters that Apple really needs a big new consumer product, especially as people tend to hold on to smartphones longer and longer, and smartphone features have rather matured. And it seems uncertain that augmented reality is going to be the best. It's going to be the next big winner for Apple in the near future at least. Now, Apple, of course, has the prices of the past, but augmented reality may be a tough one to sell to
so you can keep your eyes on it for us. Thank you. Young women nationwide are struggling with their mental health, with many turning to self-harm as a way to cope. Some 57% of female fans in the U.S. struggle with feeling of persistent being sad. Back about 2021, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Of the women surveyed, 30% considered suicide. 24%
That's if you are one, you know. Look at the target.
A few years from now, a small telescope on the far side of the moon could help scientists peer into the universe's ancient past. The moon instrument, called the Lunar Surface Electromagnetics Experiment Night, LUCY-NIGHT, is a pathfinder being developed by the U.S. Department of Energy's Brookhaven and Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratories. Stephen Cates, Dr. Sky's with us, and we're going to meet up with him this Saturday in Sedona at our live event. But for now, what do you have for us, Stephen?
Well, good morning and good evening, no matter where you're listening.
All day, we had Down syndrome kid. And they always come to us and say, oh, booth. It means about both. Down syndrome. So the poor guy, we gave him the nickname, oh, booth.
Discovered on February 26th by astronomers in Chile. This one officially is known as asteroid 2023.
Then he became cool with us. He comes to us.
71 days.
You know,
and yet has the potential, here we go again,
watch us and, you know, like to talk with us.
On this date,
Tough to communicate.
February 14th, 2046. The impact map will suggest locations in Indonesia.
So nowadays, me and my friends, we have a secret club because somebody disabled. We call like Pepe. Came from Babos, you know.
Margaret raccoon. Feels like you should be waiting all day for stuff. Margaret raccoon.
But it's very early to really tell us in the future, but we talk about it. It has the near size of the asteroid or comet body which exploded over Russia's Tunguska region. We all know this. Back on June 30th, 1908. The heat of that event alone and fires, that great fireball, were felt 40 miles from ground zero. That's similar to detonating a 12 megaton nuclear weapon. We'll keep you posted on this. In space, we talk about a mystery rocket test at Cape Canaveral that apparently has been canceled. Hypersonic rockets, we all know, and missiles are always in the news now. Now we learn of a possible launch of a hypersonic missile from Space Force at Cape Canaveral alongside Florida. This test of a joint U.S. Army defense project known as the LRHW, standing for Long-Range Hypersonic Weapon. It was set for March the 5th, but technical issues canceled the launch. Developed by Martin Marietta, this Mach 17 missile would be deployed in the battlefield. The Navy is also interested in looking at this particular project and missile submarine-based version of the LRHW. Because here we go again with daylight deadline now in place over much of the U.S. and others. There are reasons on both sides to cancel it or keep it. And when will we ever agree on this and when? But also a very interesting date in history. This date on March 13th, 1977. Close to my heart here in Phoenix, Arizona, we celebrated to mark the 26th anniversary of the mysterious Phoenix Light incident we'll talk about today with great interest. We're wrapping up with the live sky, the moon at last quarter on the 15th, full moon on the 21st as we move into the vernal equinox on March the 20th, 24 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Something to see, the moon is near Venus and Jupiter on the night of the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th in the west at sunset. Always more information at theskylive.com. Emails, we love those. DrSkyShow@gmail.com. We say it, we mean it, and we love it. Always remember, this is your eyes to the skies. I'm simply your navigator on the highway to the heavens and the shows. And of course, George, we're good to see you in the audience in Sedona this Saturday.
And Dr. Sky, with what's been going on and what's been happening these days, what do you think the latest is? What's going to happen?
As far as which, George, the asteroid?
The asteroid.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, we talk about it only to let people know what science is predicting. But the reality of the situation is we hope and pray that the asteroid is not a hit. We have a rocket coming down the pipeline pretty soon in 2029. But it's always good to watch, not just keeping our eyes to the skies, but these scientists are doing a great job, and they're actually discovering more of these asteroid bodies sooner than later,
I think so.
which is actually good. So let's hope and pray that this is just a story to keep people's attention to a subject that we all know
Saturday night, Dr. Sky in Sedona, Arizona. Tom will tell you a little bit about that right around this. Back with us. When he was with me back in 2022, we talked about Tesla, Wizard at War. And he was telling us about a book he was working on, which has come out now called Ozone Therapy, the treatment of viruses. And I'll tell you how a Coast listener played a part in the development of that work in a moment on Coast to Coast. Tax season can be taxing on your identity because all your personal information is all in one place, getting emailed, shared, and possibly exposed to identity thieves. Tax forms can be like one-stop shops for ID thieves. It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity. Protection against identity theft is easier with LifeLock by Norton. LifeLock by Norton helps monitor your info and alerts you to potential identity threats. And if you do become a victim, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it during tax season and beyond. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but you can make sure your identity theft protection starts here. Join LifeLock and code George. That's LifeLock.com. Use promo code George to save 25% off. LifeLock.com.
Having repairs done in your apartment should never come with strings attached, like being harassed and constantly pressured for sexual favors.
My leaky faucet turned into the maintenance man asking, when are we going to get to know each other better?
I needed my air conditioner fixed, but my building manager repeatedly kept coming into my apartment unannounced and without permission.
My landlord told me my rent would be free if I gave him something in exchange.
Sexual harassment by anyone associated with your housing isn't just wrong, it's against the law. The Fair Housing Act protects you from harassment, including someone making unwelcome sexual advances or refusing to make repairs because you deny sexual favors. If this happens to you, you can stop it by filing a complaint with HUD.
So I called HUD and filed a complaint against my building manager. No strings attached.
Fair Housing. The law is on your side. To learn more, visit HUD.gov/fairhousing. That's HUD.gov/fairhousing. If you fear for your safety, call 911.
And welcome back to an incredible night here on Coast to Coast. George Norrie with you. Mark Cypher back with us, a graduate of the University of Chicago, Dr. PhD Mark Cypher, wrote his doctoral dissertation on the Nikola Tesla at Seabrook University. A retired psychology teacher from Roger Williams University. Mark also is a handwriting expert, has lectured at West Point Military Academy, the Open Center in New York, Lucasfilms, Industrial Light and Magic, at numerous Tesla conferences here and abroad. His latest book is called Ozone Therapy for the Treatment of Viruses. Mark, welcome back. How'd you been?
Great.
Not too much you can do about it now, glass feet.
Thank you. You mentioned it already, but when I was on a year ago, this lady called me the next night. She was in her 80s, and she said, I got to tell you about this ozone book you got to know about.
I'm just saying,
Ozone book. This is a little pamphlet.
It's just so
Written in 1951 called Ozone
This is
Gone
outrageous.
Humanity. But it
Open
was written in 1951, gives the whole history of ozone therapy and doctors and